This is an emergency broadcast issued by the National Behavior Observation Division. If your cat has started bringing dead animals into your home, lock your doors immediately. This is not instinct. This is not affection. And these are not ordinary animals. In several states, blood-soaked remains left by cats have been linked to a disturbing rise in sleep disturbances, unexplained markings, and confirmed sightings of a tall, winged, unidentified presence watching residential homes. The remains your cat delivers may be the only thing keeping this presence out. If you have already removed or discarded what your cat brought, stay away from windows. Do not sleep. Lock every door. Further instructions will follow shortly. Most people believe that when a cat brings home a dead bird, a mouse, or something worse, it's just a gift. Some call it instinct. Others call it affection. That's what the books say. But the books don't hear what your cat hears at 2:13 a.m. They don't see what it stares at for hours through the window, unmoving. What if your cat isn't hunting? What if it's offering something? What if it knows that something is waiting right outside your home, and that bloodied thing is the only thing keeping it away? What happens if you throw it out? The first reported case came from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. A woman named Cassandra Hale, 34 years old, who lived alone. For 3 weeks, her cat, Fig, began bringing small animal corpses into the house. Black-feathered birds with broken legs and beaks sealed shut with a dark, hardened resin. These offerings were left at the front door almost every other day. Cassandra felt uneasy, but dismissed them as hunting trophies. Until one night, she threw the latest carcass into the woods behind her house. That same night, she was awakened by the sound of slow, deliberate wings brushing against her window. Fig let out a sound no cat should ever make and hid beneath the bed, refusing to come out. In the following days, Cassandra's dreams turned into vivid nightmares. She saw a tall, thin figure with cracked wings watching her from above. She woke up with scratches on her skin and a bitter, metallic taste in her mouth. Fig's behavior grew violent. He hissed at nothing, clawed at Cassandra's face in desperation each time she tried to dispose of another carcass. But Cassandra ignored the warnings. Her sanity crumbled. She began hearing whispers in empty rooms and saw shadowy figures moving in the corners of her vision. On the 23rd night, the Huntress came. Cassandra's screams ended abruptly at 3:12 a.m. Neighbors called the police after days of silence. When officers arrived, they found her collapsed in a catatonic state. Her body was covered in deep claw marks, her face stained black as though her life had been drained from her skin. Cassandra remains in a coma, her eyes open yet blind. Fig sits by her bedside, silent and watchful. The Huntress had claimed her first prey. The second case occurred in Ashland, Oregon. A man named Mark Lent, a 62-year-old retired mechanic. One morning, Mark found a dead squirrel on his doorstep. Not unusual, except the blood had soaked into the wood, forming strange crimson lines. As he leaned closer, he realized the blood spelled a word: stay. Frightened, Mark washed the blood away, hoping to erase the warning. That night, at exactly 3 a.m., Mark dreamed of her. A tall, thin woman, with cracked feathers sprouting from her arms, scratching the ceiling of his bedroom with long, razor-sharp claws. The sound echoed through the darkness. He woke in a cold sweat, heart pounding. The bedroom door remained locked, yet the doorknob was smeared with black soot. 3 deep claw marks gouged into the metal, as though something had tried to force its way in. Over the next few days, Mark heard whispers and scratching noises from nowhere. His usually calm cat growled at empty corners and refused to enter the bedroom. By the end of the week, Mark's hands trembled uncontrollably. His vision blurred. He claimed to see the woman standing outside his window, staring in with hollow, burning eyes. The warning had been ignored, and now the Huntress no longer waited. Mark's fate remains unknown. His house stands empty, doors claw-marked and stained. His cat still waits on the doorstep, silent and watchful, guarding against what comes next. This entity is known only as the Huntress, a bird-like, tall, grotesque predator that lurks near rooftops and eaves, silently watching the homes below. Her face is bone-like, sharp, hollow, and cracked, resembling a skull stretched tight with thin, translucent skin. Her wings are impossibly long, folding and unfolding with unnatural grace. Her limbs do not end in talons, but in human-like, clawed hands, distorted and monstrous. The Huntress never speaks. She communicates through dreams, dark, vivid warnings that seep into the mind like poison. She does not crave flesh. She feeds on souls. But she cannot cross the threshold of a home unless her signal is removed. And that signal is the dead animal your cat leaves for you. The blood on these offerings carries a psychic warning. The body itself forms a fragile barrier between you and her. If you discard, burn, or ignore these remains, you are inviting her in. And when she finally crosses into your home, she does not strike immediately. She waits, hiding in the darkest corners of your dreams, patiently unraveling your sanity, until your mind becomes weak enough to open the door yourself. And only then does the huntress claim her prey. If your cat begins bringing you dead animals, do not panic. Do not throw them away. Leave them where your cat placed them. Let the blood run where it must. If it forms symbols, do not touch them. Do not clean. Do not wash. If your cat howls endlessly and refuses to let you sleep, stay with it. Do not fall asleep. If you see something outside your window, close the blinds. But do not look away too quickly. If your cat scratches you after you've touched a dead animal, it's not attacking. It's marking you for protection. And above all else, lock your doors. Because if your cat has started bringing you dead things, the huntress has already found your home.